Coming to you live from the Now Media Newsroom.
I'm Jim Csek. You're watching Now Media with me, Todd Daniels, with Gallery Streetwear. Downtown Kelowna. You're downtown Kelowna. You're in the new, kind of like the Bernard block there. You're right down there.
Yep, I am.
Beautiful little location there. You did a video that got a lot of attention. Obviously, you're getting a lot of attention because of the video.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Yeah. And so that video kind of, we're going to show a little bit of that video too. I don't know, Nick, if you want to just kind of like play a little bit of that video here, maybe you can talk us through what you're seeing there. You can turn off the sound on it though, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, me and my employee who actually made the video, Nathan, we basically
That's a
we got
window there.
Yeah, we got broken into on the 2nd of January, very early in the morning, 2 a.m. And that was just the start of it. We had an incident before the break-in with Nathan being bear sprayed at 8 in the morning outside our shop while getting ready to go snowboarding. And we also, after the window breakage, we had a incident where he was waiting for a ride home, and we had a guy wielding a knife chase him about 3 blocks to the nearest, almost to Lululemon.
Yeah.
So like the video actually kind of ramped up after those incidents where we were like, this is enough is enough. So it was about the break-in too, and as you can see in the video, we took a lot of video ourselves and footage from other places
just to show what's going on downtown. Busted
the
glass
reality.
Everywhere, right? A little bit of fires.
Yeah, you got it. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we were downtown for a long time too. Our business was downtown, so I can relate to some of this stuff that we dealt with as well. It doesn't seem to be changing a lot. I mean, I know they've done a lot of things too. Do you see any bright spots, I guess?
Well, the mayor did come and see me the other day, which was nice, hopeful. The last few days around my shop anyway, we've seen a much larger amount of police presence. They are doing walk-bys down Bernard, and I believe, from what I've been told, other streets. And we are seeing a little bit more of the bylaw as well during the day. Obviously, the nighttime is another issue, right? Like I think most of the smash and grab type incidents are at night, but we are seeing a bit of a presence during the day. Which is,
I mean, my neighbor had her optometry shop broken into, and they took, I think tens of thousands of glass. And it looked pretty professional, that break-in.
Yeah.
Like they were in and like they broke the glass, and we run that video on KelownaNow too. They broke the glass, 2 of them, and they were in and out of there probably in 3 minutes, and they had duffel bags and they loaded the product.
Wow.
They didn't get much from here because you have the cage there.
Well, I do have the security gates. I'm grateful that I have those because initially I wasn't supposed to have them. I wasn't supposed to be allowed to have them, but we kind of fought for it, so we got the gates. Thank God. Well, the truth is the guy broke it. He probably didn't see the gates because the gates are black. It was very dark out that night, but then he grabbed whatever he could through the gates.
Pulled it through the gate.
Yeah, so he did actually get some pretty nice stuff. We haven't totally assessed total costs yet, but he did pull a whole rack over and get a bunch of stuff from underneath. Yeah, so it was. Thank God they didn't get in. Yeah. But that would have been.
So you have an alarm there, I take it, or?
We honestly we're just
doing it.
We are just doing it. We will. I guess as a new cost, we will have, obviously, we're going to ramp it up with cameras. The building does have cameras. There's some blind spots, but yeah, we'll be putting pressure, like the ones on the window glass, and we'll have to do that at our expense, of course, as usual.
Yeah, and the insurance, I mean, a lot of people talk about that, but I've interviewed other business owners. Obviously, insurance covers a portion, but there's a deductible that you have to pay, right?
Well, yeah, not only the deductible, but then it does raise your premiums, and then over time, if it, there's a lot of nuance to that, but it can be quite expensive. And again, a lot of businesses downtown right now are probably, well, not just downtown, where it's tough. The economy's in a certain position, right?
And it's stress on the employees because of the safety, your own personal, you feel different, and obviously it's a lot of stress on the business owner and all these other pressures that go with it. And then you kind of see it's kind of like a rinse and repeat thing down the block, right? It seems
Yes.
like which business gets hit tonight kind of thing, right? So
Yeah, I have to admit, I was a bit naive, because I'm like, we've been trying to, we're a very community first shop. That's kind of always been kind of my thing.
Right.
And, we try to give out some clothing and stuff when we can to the street people and stuff to help out. But, you try to be nice, but after a while, I sometimes it emboldens certain people too, or they become like a little pushy with getting things.
The knife thing and the bear spray one.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, did you identify the individuals, and then is there charges? Do you know, or what where those are ones?
Yes. Not with the knife one. That the guy ran away, and it was at night. No one's really kind of saw it.
Yeah.
But the other guy, Nathan, did press charges with the guy that bear sprayed him. I followed him down the street to make sure they got him. Crazy.
Yeah, I know that the mayor and the council wrote a letter. They wrote it to Sean Fraser and saying that there's a small group of individuals that are responsible for the majority of the crimes downtown. Like I think it's 1,300 active files on. And I can't remember the exact number now.
It was 30, I believe.
Yeah, and then these same people have 32 failures to appear. This is the one that drives me. They have 32 failures to appear. So how do they show up in court? And the judge is just like, 32 failures to appear. Yeah, you can go out again, right? Like, when do we hold the person for a court date? 32 failures to comply, 32 failures to appear, and then he's back in there. So what is it? 50 the magic number? Is it 100? What is the number?
Well, I don't know if this is relevant, but compassion without structure. What is they're being nice and letting these guys? Well, I don't know if it's even nice. People are being let out, but the people that are being let out thrive obviously on chaos, right? So I'm not sure when enough is enough. Like you said, it is. And I'm down there all the time, so you can kind of see who the guys are. They are doing a pilot program where they say they're going to, for 5 people, they're going to up the amount of surveillance and such on them. But the thing is, 5 people, we need a much bigger, a little bit bigger than that.
Upping the surveillance on people doesn't really, help, unless you incarcerate them for a while. So there's a punishment fitting for, continued offenders. Right?
Well, we all live under some kind of societal code and structure. So why don't other people, right? So, and again, it emboldens and they have a certain sense of entitlement. Like you've been down there, you've seen people doing drugs right in front of police officers and such, and it's like. Or fires, man. We've been seeing because it's not been super cold, but in the alleys we've been seeing a lot more fires. Somebody's building's going to burn down. They're not being very careful about distances and such. So. And
I was just in. I know a lot of people have heard me say this. I was just in Tokyo for 10 days, Japan actually, Tokyo and Osaka. Yeah. And I get up early and then want to wake up the family. So I went out for early morning walks at 3 a.m. In a strange city, largest city in the world, actually.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, and I felt completely safe.
Oh, it's clean.
I saw no homelessness and no drug paraphernalia or drug usage or anything in the streets. Yeah. In the 10 days I was there, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I didn't see anything. And super clean, and the subways and the transit super clean. No garbage cans either, which I thought was weird. But
the culture, they take care of themselves, and they take they believe. So
it can be done. So that my point is, it can be done. It can be done.
Totally.
Just need the political will, right? Because it can be done. That's the largest city in the world, and it's done there in the largest city in the world. So it should be able to be done in other places. I know that David Eby has said the decriminalization project or pilot didn't work, and he said that a couple months ago. And I think just a couple of days ago, he said that they're going to end it, but they're replacing it with something. So we're not
sure what it is.
Yeah, we don't know what that is.
There was some talk of, and I did get, the mayor did give it to me, there is talk of some bail reform. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
But it gets tougher and tougher, though, because I wouldn't walk downtown at 3 a.m. I wouldn't.
No.
At this point.
No. Certain areas you definitely want to stay away from too, and going down there when they broke my windows. Well, it's a ghost town. So, but the problem is, it's such a ghost town that the guys that are going and robbing or breaking all the windows, there's no one around. No. So there's no.
Well, we were downtown. We had it broken into. We're an agency and a media company, and they kicked our door down and stole a bunch of laptops. right? Like we were inside a building. We were inside a building, so
external source. Like, is that what you mean? Like,
yeah. So they were they got into the building somehow.
Yeah.
Somebody let them in, or they hid in the bathroom, like in
Oh,
a
I get
public
you.
room, and then they were in the hallway and they booted it, like it had a big plate, so they booted the door down, and they know they have time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So they got the 3 minutes. They grab.
Yeah.
Alarm goes off when they grab whatever. But,
Yeah.
I got there before the cops got there, and I come from the Mission, right? Because you get the alarm call.
Yeah.
I got there before the cops got there.
There's been a few instances that I know a friend of mine that did get broken into a week or two ago, and he showed up before the police, and it was like they thought he did it, right? Because like they don't know, right?
And I know that they're busy. They got lots. I mean, they got a lot of files they're working on and stuff like that.
Well, I think with the police too is that they're probably understaffed, and it's not like Ontario stuff where they have municipal police, so that they're taking on a lot. I know that the hospitals too, from just talking to people, have been slammed busy. So I think people are at the end of the rope on many levels.
So how long have you been there at the Gallery? That must be newer business though, because that's like that Bernard on the Block just opened recently, right?
Yeah, we've been in business at that place for 14 months, and then we had a little pop-up type shop near Lululemon. It was interesting down there, seeing all the stuff that goes on that side.
Deeper into there, right? There's a lot more action there, I guess you want to say, more negativity there at night, right? So.
Well, we had like a nice little place, but it had like an alcove, and people would sleep in it, and we do our shreddage in the morning, and there was feces and needles and boxes.
We had the same thing.
You did?
We were downtown. We had an alcove, right? Some of the alcoves are nice. They put them in there.
Yeah.
Right, to shield people from the rain and all that stuff. But then, and I can remember talking to, the city and all that when we were trying to get some stuff done. This is now, 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
And I can remember that the city said that alcove is your responsibility.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Because that's not city property anymore. Yeah. That's yours. And I'm just like, what?
Well, now they've had to, and someone my actually old landlord brought it up today in a conversation that basically they're being held, like he has to put up custom made gates because the alcoves have become a problem. Yeah. And that these gates and everything, we're getting more and more costs because of a problem that's outside, right? Yeah. It's getting more and more expensive to do business, which is on us. And we're already it's tough, and then we don't want people not to come downtown either. We want more and more people down here that's our support structure.
Right. I mean, they need to do something better, because the places like Tim Hortons play loud opera music at night to drive people away. Yeah. Right? They play it full blast at night to drive people away. But all we're doing is pushing the problem.
It moves around.
Yeah, you're just pushing the problem around, right? Yeah. And then the richer businesses, and I said this when I was in some of those meetings, some of the more wealthy businesses, like firms and that, and they put high security guards. And I said, all you're really doing is pushing it onto somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're thinking it's great for you, right? But it just pushes it to the next business.
Well, you got to ask
that, right?
Yeah, and you got to ask yourself with like Lululemon or Arc'teryx that is now downtown, which are very important shops to downtown.
Yeah, for sure, they draw a lot of people down there.
Yeah, they're anchors, right? Yeah. But the minute they opened, they had security. So and those guys are not. They're going in very organized. It's not like, done frivolously. So they brought in security right away. So they know that there is somewhat of an issue, right?
Right. But that gets passed on to the consumer too, right? So if you put security there, Lululemon has to pay for that. Obviously, that reflects in the product, right? So,
oh yeah, of course. You have to. Yeah, someone's paying somewhere down the line.
So the mayor's dropped by to see you.
He did,
and just chatted with you. Any promises? Anything that he's gave you any hope with anything? Or
no, he came and he brought like a package, and he was quite civil and seems like a nice guy. I don't know him very well. Seemed like a nice guy, and he told me about a bunch of things they're doing. My thing is I'm about now at this point. It's about action, and I don't want to hear about studies and stuff. Like we've hit kind of a wall. Yeah. So I want to see the stuff we're starting to see, like in the last few days. If that keeps maintained and sustained, that's a really good start in the right direction. So again, I want to see that, right? Yeah. I've read it, the packages that he gave me. It seems interesting. He is having I believe, a town hall in sometime in February, which I'm hoping I will attend, and I hope a lot of people do attend.
Do you speak to the other businesses around you?
A lot.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, a lot. And a lot of people are frustrated.
Is there any kind of like pooling together and making kind of an advocacy group or anything, or just demand, you know what I mean? Like,
I think, I've been, since the blowing up, I guess, of this post that we made, I haven't had a really good chance to even digest everything. I've been pulled in a lot of directions. I have been talking. We have like a group on Instagram, like a little group chat type thing. Yeah. And I, as soon as I get a little bit of a chance, I'm going to definitely start to try to put something like that together on my side and do my little part. The thing is, it's everyone's involved. This whole thing it's about everyone, right? I don't want to be here finger pointing or to get too political. I just want results, and I want to see a sustained result. You've been downtown and you had a business downtown, and you've told me some stories about what you've dealt with. So this has been going on at some level for a while, but now it seems like it's kind of hit a bit of a head. So
there seems to be an organized element to it now, though, too.
I think so.
You know what I mean? Like a bit of an organized element. Like I watched that break-in on the optometry shop there, and these guys knew what they were doing. These were not people on drugs or anything. These people were very organized and very meticulous in what they were doing. They had tools and they had everything. Right?
Yeah, my friend, again, not to mention the shop or name, but this was planned. They had angle irons and stuff like that. There was some forethought, right?
So then I said this a long time ago. There's criminals hiding within the homeless that kind of just like working in there at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
The criminal element, right? So that's where the frustrating part. Where when the mayor writes that letter, that same group of people that are caught. Kind of like 1,300 active files. Like we need to do something about those because those are the criminals the criminal element hiding amongst the homeless. Right?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. And again, you see, like I can identify, and the mayor did say that they know who these people are, but then what's happening, something, right? Yeah. And I think from a provincial level, again, like this is they know. And we can even go, and Kelowna is my home, and I'm protecting my business in my home. But we know that in other cities, the same thing's going on. We know this in Victoria. We know this in
I see the stats all the time, too.
You do, too. Yeah, of course. Like they've having major
It's
problems.
the same group of people. You know what I mean? In every city, there's that group
that element.
Yeah, there's that element. Because and I said this probably 8 years ago to them, is like, there's criminals hiding amongst the homeless.
Yes.
Right, there's the homeless, and the people that have like drug addiction and that, and then there's the criminal element that are using that as cover,
of course,
to run a criminal element, right?
Of course, and then there's also some people that are, there's an unfortunate thing is that unfortunate that there's self-medication, and there is people that are mentally ill or just and maybe under drug psychosis.
Uses some of those people though too, and uses
and
solicits them to do some of the
why wouldn't they, right? Like that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I know from the video from what happened at my shop. It was guy, he had his buggy and just possibly saw something through the window, smashed the window and pulled it all out. I don't know how planned that was, but you don't know because it's just a video, right? So yeah, you're making a very very good case for that, though. Yeah.
So, what do you want to see done? Obviously, you want to see some more policing down there and less break-ins. And how is business? How is the traffic downtown for people during the regular hours?
Well, January is notoriously slow, no matter what. But downtown. Just going from actually listening to the people from that post, a lot of people have said, "I just don't go downtown." Well, I don't like to hear that. My business is dependent on this community. And so, I like to, I have control over the stuff in my shop, and I have control over the products I sell, and hopefully we do a good job and people are happy and have a good experience. But the outside, if they're scared or they don't want to come down here, that now bothers me. I think that what we need is, again, change now. We don't want it to get like East Hastings or something where it's like it's really hard to fix. I think this is a fixable thing, but it needs to be done now, and we need sustained effort now. To,
change.
change now. And again, I'm not a big political guy. I'm not. I know the bureaucracy.
You're just trying to survive your business, right?
I'm just trying to survive, man. Like I'm 52 years old. And I've put my life heart into this, my passion. I've wanted to do this shop for probably 20, 30 years. And I put everything into it. Maybe the timing was bad. The economy could be better. But, we've seen some really positive signs. Our online's growing and our community here has been fabulous. But, I'm all in. So if this keeps going on and I have no ability to run this business, I have no backup. Yeah. So I have a lot to lose from any failure that is out of my control. So I'm also a part of the solution. Everyone is. We all have to work together and do our part to make this work. We are a community, and it's not about finger pointing and blaming each other. We got to come to the table, and we have to work together. And it can't be a bunch of bitching match or complaining or whining. We need to be focused and come up with real solutions and be able to do something about it. Sometimes we get stuck, like, oh, here's the idea, but then nothing.
I think a lot of people are done with studies, right?
Man,
let's do another
I don't need a
right?
committee that's going to talk about the committee that's going to make a committee.
A meeting to have a meeting.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, we're on the same page. Like, okay. Like, we know there's a problem.
Try something. If it doesn't work, try something else.
Well, it's like, sometimes you don't need a weatherman. You just got to look out the window to see it's raining. Right. And it's raining. Yeah. So
tell us a little bit about your business so people don't know, and people that don't know what Gallery Streetwear is. What can they find there to encourage people to go down there and check it out?
So Gallery Streetwear is a streetwear shop. We have it's kind of a sometimes skateboard influence. We sell some golf stuff. We sell sneakers. We do like New Balance, Saucony. We do I just said New Balance. We do Adidas. We do tier 1 shoes that are not just offered in the bigger department stores, maybe in the mall. Yeah. We get our own kind of colorways and more exclusivity. We do with a little bit higher end quality. The prices aren't necessarily always super high or anything like that, but we do like things like there's a brand called Melbourne Golf, which is really hot right now in the golf community, and we have exclusive. So we are the only guy sometimes in all the Okanagan that has it. We've taken some influence from Tokyo, funny enough, because Japanese street culture is awesome. Yeah, Korea,
well, it's pretty wild there, right?
Oh, it's wild, like and they dress like wild. So Montreal, Toronto, like more of a big city vibe brought to a smaller town. And it's my passion. I've been around it my whole life. I was a skateboarder and snowboarder, big time. So it was just my passion project. And my brother basically said, you better do this because he never stopped talking about it. Mm-hmm. So I did it. So, and I'm pretty proud of what we've achieved, me and my employee, Nathan and Jamie. And I'm really proud of how the dedication they've had to it. Yeah. We've always thought about it as more of like a bit of a cause and like a community thing. And we're pretty stoked. So we were also, I want to tell you this, is that we were sold on the downtown image, like all these new high rises going up, and it's they're selling quite a somewhat gentrified, I guess, future of downtown. And I'm from here, but I was sold on like, hey, downtown's going to be this youthful and buzzing place. Yeah. So, I would like to believe that.
That's one of the coolest blocks you're on, Bernard on the Block, because that's one of the more architecturally kind of like different, kind of like, it's kind of flair to it, right? Whereas the other ones are pretty much at first, they're just basically straight up towers. But that one definitely has a bit of flair to it, right? With that Bernard on the Block with a little bit of a
I like it.
Slant,
I like it. That down this way, it's a little bit different. It's a little it's growing. And we knew that going towards the sales would be a little bit more ramped up, but it is growing, and we like the building, and it seems to be going well. The parking is another story altogether that we could talk about.
Parking's always a struggle downtown, right?
It always is. Yeah, I get that. But
but they should. You know what I mean? My idea, Tom, is free parking on the weekends always. Like free parking.
I like that.
Free 1 hour parking on the weekends to encourage people to go downtown.
Well, December too, and like during the Christmas months, we like just the weekends or the 2 hours, maybe give the weekends, Christmas. Yeah, and we need
encourage people to shop downtown, right? If you just give them free parking, because a lot of people won't go there because they don't want to pay for parking.
Well, it's a lot
or they don't pay and they don't have the app and they don't do this and they get a ticket and it's like, I'm never going downtown again.
Yeah, right? yeah. And people have said that. That's another thing altogether. But we do get that quite a bit. That Like that would be another thing. But yeah, they could do. We could probably use some more parkades actually, but that's another issue altogether. Yeah. So I hope again talking about the mayor was in, the head of the downtown
DKA.
They were down. We had the head of the safety for the city of Kelowna had a really good conversation today. We've had a bunch of people from the community because we are in it. They have been dropping by.
Well, I can tell you that's way better because when we were having some of this stuff, like nobody come by, right?
Oh, really? Yeah, no, we are.
You had to go to them and complain, right?
No, it's been actually. My heart is full. Like we've had a lot of positive feedback. People are stoked that like something. There is at least a conversation happening, and it's happening pretty loud.
I just had Luke Stack in, one of the city councilors, and he said that is their number one priority is crime and safety. So and they've been working hard on it. So that 3 years into this administration, and I know Tom. That's one of his pushes to his crime and safety. So they are handcuffed a little bit from the province.
Yes.
And then the province will say they're handcuffed from the federal. You know what I mean? So that's a little bit of this sometimes. But
I get it.
if they start working together, I know that letter that mayor and council sent to Sean Fraser there had some pretty good impact. So
I believe I did get that letter. I read it. There's a lot of stuff that they're wanting to implement or in stages of implementation that I'm quite optimistic about. It's just right at this moment. Some of those things are kind of a future hold, but right now it's like we need action now.
Yeah. So there you go. And thank you for
very
coming
much.
in.
Thanks for having me.
And then go down there and check it out if you like activewear and Gallery Streetwear and. And then one way to help
shoes too.
Shoes too.
Lots of sneakers.
There you go. I'm a big fan of the shoes.
Yeah. I saw that. I have the same problem.
I'm a big fan of the shoe.
Yeah.
And if you ever get a chance to go to Tokyo, like don't miss that. That is absolutely.
I'm quite world traveled. I kind of retired in reverse, so now I'm working.
Now you're working for it. You're paying for what you did earlier on.
Oh, I had a really good time when I was younger, but I've seen the world. I've traveled to many places, been to Europe, seen how they kind of run things too, and it's been very enlightening. But I started late, and I love what I'm doing. So
yeah, and you know what? I've been to Europe and stuff like that too. But what surprised me about Tokyo was just like everything just runs like a clock, right?
Like it's efficient.
Like if the train says it's leaving at 10:57, it leaves at
10:57.
There's not like it's not coming in a bit or that. It's just like.
Yeah, you go to Disney. Like there's a Disney World.
Yeah, we went there.
And it's like clean.
Yeah, everything.
Like you can eat it off the ground.
Yeah. Like I would sleep on the subway floor,
no problem.
And then the maglev train that goes 300 kilometers an hour.
It's unreal.
You don't even feel it, right? It's
off the ground. It floats. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of people actually within like government stuff. Like you want to go see
you want to see the future.
You might.
It's in Japan.
10 years. They're 10 years ahead. Even with food, like everything. Yeah.
No,
it's unreal.
Like here's one thing for downtown too. They just vending machines everywhere. Right. Yeah. If you want a water and it's only $1.50, you know what I mean? Like water everywhere in vending machines with an app.
That's some
water, coffee, tea everywhere, right? Everywhere, and it's like cheap.
Yeah, I think that the Japanese are very disciplined, and they're very into cleanliness, which is just a beautiful thing. You see it, and then they really help each other. Which is quite nice.
But if you want to take your butt on a holiday, Tokyo is the place to go to because every one of the toilets there are those fancy toilets there, no matter where you go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like you'd probably just hang out in the toilet all day, right? Like it's the best part of the whole trip. Yeah, they're light years ahead in so many ways. And again, like especially with places that are having issues, go to places like that and like get ideas.
We can learn, right?
We should be learning.
That's what I mean, we can go there and learn and get enlightened because lots of times the federal, provincial politicians stand up at the podium and tell you it's like this everywhere. This is this is a worldwide problem.
Not true.
No, it's not. Right?
Been to Scandinavia, it's different.
Yeah, no. I've talked to lots of people. Lots of places aren't like this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think we can get that way. Yeah. Again, we also have everyone has to do their part. And again, I have to sit down and really kind of come up with some ideas. It
starts with raising your voice, and I'm glad you did.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Takes courage as well. I know that it takes courage to say something? Because lots of times the easiest thing to do is shut up, right? And just, like, because then, rock the boat, but, it takes courage. So
Well,
commend you for that. And
yeah, I can't not say anything because it would really, it would really bother me. And there is a problem, and I have a voice, so why not use it, right? And I encouraged other people to also use their voice. All our voices are powerful. And I'm learning from this.
More powerful than people can ever believe.
Yeah,
when you start, especially when you raise them in unity, it's absolutely
I never
incredible what can get done if voices are raised in unity.
You're right. And like I did when we did this video, we knew we had a small group of people but it obviously has been heard, and it's taught me something about the power of one person or two people. Yeah. I have to give this was a 2-man operation, and we are actually overwhelmed. I actually am overwhelmed with knowing that everyone has a voice and should never feel like their voice should be unheard. That's very important to me. So I'm very grateful to everyone that's jumped on board and that it's showing and saying something. And thank you for having me. I appreciate that. It's been heartening. It's been very, very nice for me to see how this community can really get together. And I hope to see more, and I will do more.
And thank you for coming in and sharing your story. And if you have a story you want to share, feel free to reach out to KelownaNow, and we're more than happy to interview you or have you on or share your story. So it's only through shining a light on stories like this that we get change, and the change that's needed here in Kelowna.
Thank you.
And I thank you, and thank you for watching Now Media.